Hello guys, this is the finale of our Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu only challenge and also blind playthrough. We made it to the Elite Four and now it's time to take them down. The only thing I checked off screen was the first member's main Pokemon, so I can see if I'm ready to actually challenge the Elite Four or not, and I am, so I'm actually going to go in right now and speed through as much as I can. This is it. We're at the Pokemon League. Oh, you finally made your way here. It sure took you a while though. But then allow me to reintroduce myself. I am Lorelei of the Elite Four. No one can best me when it comes to icy Pokemon. Freezing moves are powerful. Your Pokemon will be at my mercy when they are frozen solid. That's because frozen Pokemon can't do a thing in battle. Huh, are you ready? And they brought back the Gen 3 reskin theme where they started bringing a gym leader theme in whenever you battle Elite Four. For the first 3 Elite Four members, it was just a weaker version. Actually, no, it was just the regular trainer theme at one point. So yes, I did some off-screen testing and figured out the exact strategy I need for this fight. It's to use one special attack, and that should hopefully take out every one of her Pokemon. I had to do this because even at level 70 with Pikachu Stripe, the Lapras she has, which I know she has because she's pretty much the same as she was in Gen 1. Everything's been considerably nerfed because in Gen 1 it used to be like a level 60 to 70 area. It would normally take a long time to get up to that level. So you had to use like other kinds of stuff, but yeah. This special strat you see here is probably what we're going to be using for most of the weekly members of the Elite Four that we are able to use Thunderbolt on. Basically, we use 2, maybe 3, and just one-hit everything and hope for the best. Based on the setup I had to use, this is probably far the easiest for Pikachu to take out because he actually super affects most of the Pokemon except for Jinx. And 3 of the Pokemon are taken out in one hit without even using a special at all. Also, don't mind that sound, it's just... everything's fine. This might be shorter than usual because I wanted to save the Pokemon League for now. Things shouldn't be this way. Since it's the end of the game, I will read the text. Looks like you've gotten stronger since we last met. Go on ahead. You only got a taste of the Pokemon League's power. Okay. This is where we start having to like save and whatnot. Also, final heal items. Yes, I did remember 4 stores. I'm not sure if I may have forgotten in a different episode, but I remembered to get Full stores. Always gotta remember Full stores, and yes, I am able to enter the Elite Four just like in the original game with just Pikachu, so now all I have to do is beat these 5 trainers and I will be done. Well, 4 more left, but here comes probably the worst one. Through rigorous training, people and Pokemon can become stronger without limit. I lived and trained with my fighting type Pokemon, and that will never change. We'll grind you down with our superior power. Ha! This classic line there. This guy is kind of a troll. He does actually have a bunch of fighting Pokemon. See, he has an Onix for some weird reason. Okay, so the strat I actually want to use is actually reminiscent to a similar thing that might get used in a speedrun, as if it works. rather than trying to deal with this Earthquake setup, we're just gonna go directly for the takeout on Onix as fast as possible, and then set up on one of his fighting Pokemon. We're gonna set up a double defense as well. And I guess 1 or 2 attacks will do it. So yes, we bait him to bring out one of his actually strong Pokemon, though that might be bad depending on the setup is, because they did nerf the damage of this also, since fighting and ground types share the same effect, and using a ground that's okay, never mind. He doesn't have a ground type being to that, and yet he still does quite a bit of damage to it. Now, if he wants to use Earthquake, then that's completely fine by me. Yes, as I'm using a lot more max potions at full restores, because full restores restore your status and heal you to full. Oh, and yeah, I'm pretty sure Earthquake can't even critical at all, so it's actually one of the safest moves to deal with. Just double defend and you'll be fine. I don't know. Drill 1 was the more problematic one, because Drill 1 actually had a crit chance. We have kind of questionable logic here, so I'm going to actually go for an accuracy to get that out of the way. And only 1 attack, and just for the Onix as well. I'll just hope that's enough, because, yeah, trying to push my heal limit a little bit here. I do not need to use more than max heals. Don't worry, I won't have to defend on every single trainer, but I may have to heal on most of them. Okay, he decided to go for Superpower instead. He's not going to do much damage with that, as much as you would think. That probably would have actually killed me if I didn't defend. This is why I like defending, because when you defend against Earthquake, you also defend against his actual fighting type moves, so this is a pretty safe strategy. And then I'll just double special and go for this team. Don't know why he did that, because now his attack and defense dropped. Special is for his main fighting types. The attack is exclusively for his ground types. Additionally, when I took a damage, even though I didn't have defense on his first attack, Pikachu's so overleveled now that Earthquake barely even does half to him anymore. His defense is actually growing quite a bit. I like that. And yes, I figured out the hard way that, actually, more like the easy way. Yeah, Earthquake doesn't really have a good crit chance. I don't think it can even crit at all. That's what I'm assuming, because it probably would have already happened at least 1 or 2 times by now. I know Drill on crits because I've been critted. It has crit me before. But anyways, about a minute. Basic idea of these fights is 1 minute or so of setups, and then once we get everything set up, we sweep this entire team. Really, the X items just make this such an easy fight. I don't know. In the original game, you had 2 Onixes. As I remember that. And he normally has a Hitmonlee and a Hitmonchan as well. Here's his Hitmonlee. Stronger of the 2. The weaker special defense of the two, Hitmonchan, is next. Okay, so thankfully, so that was kind of a waste. He kind of removed his Onyx. If you have defeated me, then my job is done. You may not like it, but go face your next challenge. And we have Agatha next. Agatha, she's really interesting. In the original game, she actually was one of the Elite Four members that could kill your run at any time. She doesn't attack like most others. Instead, she likes going for Confuse Ray, Sleep, and all a bunch of stuff with her Gengar. She has 2 Gengars, by the way. That's creepy, and she's just the one you did not want to fight. But as with the nerfing, she's also an easy Elite Four member, at least to Gen 3. I hear Oak's taken a lot of interest in you, child. The old Duff was once tough and handsome, but that was decades ago. He's a shell of his former self. Now he just wants to fiddle with his Pokedex. He's a fool. Pokemon are for battling. Yoshi, I'll show you how a real trainer battles. I don't remember needing any defense for this, but this is just an annoying fight though, because she's all about ghost and poison types mix or whatever it is. But yeah, she uses just a bunch of status moves. This is one that you just don't want to be in the battle for long. Just get the battle done as soon as possible. She's calmed down a little bit from her former self, though. In the original game, she was... oh, yeah. Since that's Poison Jab does double damage, we have to full restore every time she does that. It's also bad luck, too, because that's completely random if it even gives you poisoning at all. The one time I wanted to set up stuff. So we have to keep reloading it until that happens. Thank you. And we have to heal whenever we get poisoned, because that's really bad otherwise. Don't have a poison on us, so we're going to max potion this one. And the return of having to use this. If any of our Pokemon outspeeds and use Poison Jab, I will die. And even if I swept for the entire team, I would take damage every turn. It would not be fun. So once again, we have to blow a heal early. That's a little bit better. Now let's just sweep this team before we get annoyed anymore. Not as annoying as she used to be. She used to be a lot more annoying in this. Sleep. Ape and Confusion were some of the moves that her Gengar could use. Speaking of which, here's Gengar. Thanks to double special, we can special attack items, so we can take her out. For the longest time, I never quite understood what kind of trainer she was, but she falls off of Koga. She's an Elite Four poison type user, which is interesting. But she also has 2 Gengars as well. But her main type is poison type. from the looks of it. I did not know that. I thought she was the ghost type user for the longest time because she has a lot of plants. But then I had to double check, and then it's like, oh wait, I'm silly. These are all poison types. And now I know. It's perfect. You're something special, child. She doesn't even cry when she loses. She just smirks at you. Like, okay, you win. I see what the old Duff sees in you now. I have nothing else to say. Run around now, child. Again, we have to make safety saves after each of these, because you never know when a random crit will take you out. Now, if everything is being done correctly, then Lance right here, this is the Elite Four that could just end your run at any time. And he's no joke. Unlike the other Elite Four, I think he's actually, in most cases, a lot of people consider Lance to be stronger than what the champion is, because as you might have guessed, he has Dragonite and other stuff, and we don't have a good way of killing him because Pikachu's Electric-type moves don't have effect on the Dragonairs. They barely do any damage to Dragonite, and his party just does a lot of damage overall. From the way the game is played, it looks like our best option will be to go for the Special Defense stat here at the beginning. And yeah, unlike the last Elite Four, this guy could kill you at any time he wants. So you're Yoshi. I lead the Elite Four. You can call me Lance the Dragon Trainer. You likely know that dragons are Pokemon spoken of in legends. They're hard to catch and raise, but their powers are superior. They're virtually indestructible. There's no being clever with them. Like he shows us as Dragonite brother, you're ready to lose? The Pokemon League challenge ends with me, Yoshi. In the original game, this is when they would actually start adding the gym leader theme. So the fact that they use it now for all of the Elite Four is really cool. Also, his start is a lot different. He usually leads with a Gyarados. In this case, he leads with a Seadra, which means he's probably replaced two of his Dragonair. He used to have two Dragonair at the start instead. I think probably the main changes here I could see is just the Elite Four were just a little bit too much hard in the original game, and no one really wanted to fight them, so for that reason they nerfed a lot of the levels, and especially their Pokemon, and also balanced them out so they have less repeats. Like Bruno lost one of his Onyxes, but still has one, just to be cool. And I don't know. Now I'm gonna use free specials here because Dragonite is an extremely powerful Pokemon that I know he has. That's one thing I do know about this. Thankfully, his start is pretty weak because with Hydro Bump, he's gonna run out after only 4 shots and have to use something else, though that might also be to our disadvantage, depending on what he chooses. Let's see. Okay, after this special, I'm immediately healing. Okay, that should be it for this. This could do a lot more damage than expected. That's why I wanted to use special defense, because, like I said, this is still solo Pikachu %. I can't take any chances here. Okay, he changed to his classic Hyper Beam. But a has to recharge now after he uses that. Now we Thunderbolt his entire team down. Thank you very much. I had to add an extra special exclusively because of Dragonair. Because if I didn't, I don't think Dragonair would have died otherwise. I haven't even fought Dratini yet. I assume he's moved both of those. And here's his Gyarados. It was supposed to send out first. At least in the original game, this is what he sent out first. Oh, he has this Charizard as well. This is new to this game, so both of his Dragonairs have been traded out for Seadra and Charizard, which was first introduced in Gen 2's Elite Four, or if not there, then Gen 4's Elite. And then we finally get to see Dragonite. Too bad we don't get to see it for a while, and his X items being OP just takes it out in one hit. If we didn't have X items, it would be very hard. That's it. I hate to admit it, but you're a first-class Pokemon trainer instead of a Pokemon master. I still can't believe my dragons lost to you. Yoshi, you are now the Pokemon League champion. Or you would have been, but you have one more challenge left. There's one more trainer to face. The trainer is... Oh, someone comes... Oh, that's Professor Oak. Hello there, Yoshi. Congratulations on your victory over Lance. What's with that look of surprise? Your timing is perfect, Professor. Yoshi, the one you will face is Professor Oak. Well, not really. He beat the Elite Four before you. So that thing you saw there, that's a nod to one of the original gameplays. I heard a lot of people telling me in the original game, before they had your rival be the end boss champion of Pokemon Red and Blue, that they actually fully designed you to actually battle against Professor Oak. He would, I guess, come out of nowhere after you beat the Elite Four, and then he would challenge you with his team. And his full team was actually complete too, in both Red, Blue, and Yellow, and there are videos on YouTube on it. Fortunately, that was scrapped, and now we have to face our rival instead. And yes, our rival's the Pokemon League champion. That's right. Past trainers who defeated the Elite Four were only recorded as champions. This time, however, we're officially establishing a champion as a part of the Pokemon League. Mr. Oak is here to officiate the crowning of the new champion. It seems only fitting that it should be either you or Isaac. You're the two who take care of Team Rocket, after all. Now then, head on to the stage to your final battle. Nice. Thanks, Dragonite. I like the little pose he did at the end. Again, I'm not worried. Seeing the Elite Four, his best Pokemon's probably going to be around level 58 or 60, so I think we're going to actually complete this challenge. So if we beat this battle right here, this is where it all ends. And I remember before, when you go into the champion, you get pulled into a battle without saving, so you have to save before entering the room. So right here, I'm going to do nothing. Oh, actually, never mind. If you don't mind, I'll save here then instead. Anyways. And this was just like the best theme in the show game. Well, this week rival sure got a whole lot stronger. You did it, Yoshi. Oh man, that's great. I've been waiting. I beat the Elite Four and became a champion. You probably heard from the professor, right? From now on, the champion will be part of the Pokemon League and battle all kinds of trainers. I'm really glad my first opponent turned out to be you, Yoshi. One trainer I want to test you best against, after all. Let's battle, Yoshi. The champion seat is on the line. Oh, and then we get to hear this good theme. Probably the best theme in all of Generation 1 when you first saw it. And this is just like the start from the original generation. He has his Pidgeot, red-blue, here. So, anyways, remember what happened last time with all those ground types? Let's not even bother with that. We're gonna double defend right at the stop of the fight. And already we have a little bit of a change here. We have a Mega Evolution of Pidgeot, who uses Heat Wave. Interesting. Okay. That's definitely unique to this game, because Gen 6 was the first gen to introduce Mega Evolution, this being eventually part of the Gen 8 kind of remake. Means it's able to use Mega Evolution. Okay, back to... Oh, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna go for the attack setup first and then my free specials. Now, obviously I'm doing this for one main reason, because if at any point I get trolled, I could just die to any ground type. I still do not want that to happen. I used my one defense at the start, so I need to make sure I count everything. I used 2 special defenses, no need to use any more of those. I expected this one to be a little bit stronger, but Heat Wave's not really doing much to me. Again, I am a special tank, that Pikachu is, at least for now. Not the best special tank, but special moves definitely don't deal the best damage. Whenever it gets hit by a physical move, it takes a lot more damage. But yeah. This is like the epic end, by the way, to the comeback. Literally, Pikachu versus a team of 6. An epic way to end off the series. Attacks are definitely set up now, so... one more defense, and now it's actually to the aggression after that. Yeah, so this first turn for the Chappy Bow is just us buffing for like 3 turns or so. And then, yeah. If I were to do a solo Pikachu challenge without using any healing items except in between, or no items at all, I would have to level up to 100 to even stand a chance. So of course I'm doing it the way I've always done it, is by using the X special attacks, which makes the entire battle a lot easier. Yes, if I wasn't healing Pikachu and using special defenses, I probably would already be dead, but... yeah, he's not like the yellow rival, though. The yellow rival, started with a ground-type Pokemon called Sandslash, and it was really annoying to deal with. Ugh. I actually watched one of the challenges, and... oh, the guys just barely were able to defeat it, and it was just... just barely took them out. Oh, man. Also, I forgot to heal the Fiend, but thankfully, I'm not that much of a ninja as I was. We'll just use Elixir. That'll be just enough. And we have our PP restored, and now we can actually sweep his team, finally. Okay, he still takes super effective damage. And that was also his only Keystone use. You only get 1 Mega Evolution per battle. And we have the return of this jerk, Vileplume. One of the Pokemon I got an X accuracy for. an X attack setup. Oh yeah, I remember he does have a ground type anyway, so I'm glad I set it up. Because since the second to last battle, he has a Marowak now. He also has a Rapidash now. Yes, like this is the one where the trainer just gets a whole bunch of different Pokemon. Including one grass, one fire, and one water type. And a bunch of other stuff as well. And the Marowak is kind of new to this generation. The ground type for the champion in Pokemon Yellow was Sandslash originally, but they changed it to Marowak, I guess. And then just like before, at the end, after we take this out, we get one last battle with the Eevee as Jolteon, which means we pretty much already won from here, because Jolteon can't really do much to us. Even if it did, we have a bunch of special defenses already set up, so let's take it out with our less used move, Double Kick. Which we are able to do, and there it is, challenge complete. Bam! Okay, I admit it. You're the strongest trainer in the world, Yoshi. That's right, I am. Oh man, my reign is over already? That was pretty short. You're the champion now, Yoshi. As me, I got a new goal to work toward. Yoshi. So you've done it at last. You defeated the Pokemon League. My sincerest congratulations. You've gone a great deal since you first caught Pikachu and set out with that Pokedex. Yes, Yoshi, you've really come into your own as a fine young man. And Isaac, you showed great resolve, never losing heart as you saw your journey through to the end. I did see, though, in the way that you do battle, that the kind of heart of yours may still be causing you to hold back when it comes to your Pokemon and to facing Yoshi. It's hardly much of a weakness, but it may have cost you the battle this time. Regardless, the two of you showed us an extraordinary battle. Thanks, Professor. You understand that your victory was not just your own doing, don't you? It was the marvelous bond you share with your Pokemon that brought you here. Now, Yoshi, come with me. Just like that, the challenge is complete. I can't believe it. Pikachu has literally taken out every single Pokemon that stood in his way. Pikachu and me are champions now. This means that our challenge has come to an end. There's nothing really else that I could really do, except if people request it, I can try doing a harder version of it again, but without using items. Obviously, that'll take a lot of grinding, a lot of time, and is also the main reason why I got Double Team. I would have to have... There's a special item I use, it's called the Focus Sash, which makes Pikachu live on 1 HP. I probably won't need it, but the idea is I have that, or like a Focus Band on or something, along with all the other stuff that Pikachu has that makes you live on 1 HP. And I would have to, especially on like the Elite Four, I would have to rely on just a lot of luck, but that's for another day. Congratulations, Yoshi. This is where we record forever the Pokemon who have performed so admirably for their trainers here at the Pokemon League. This is the Hall of Fame. Being honored here is one of the greatest joys a Pokemon trainer may achieve. Yoshi. Wow, it's so hard to become a Pokemon League champion. Let's record this great achievement of you and your Pokemon for all to remember. As you might have guessed, a nice addition, as you might have seen since I only defeated the entire Elite Four with Pikachu, it usually has to scroll for like 6 different Pokemon at once, but because I didn't have 6 different Pokemon, I had just Pikachu with me. That shortens that little part there to the point where it's extremely fast. And here we are at the credits. We're living our journeys, me and Pikachu. I really like the way they did this credits as well. Are really cool. They'll always be better than Gen 1's credits, but a lot of people do still like Gen 1 because of its just insane difficulty. People just like that, but this one, I bet a lot of people enjoy this. If any of y'all all really want to know how this challenge works, then I do urge you to try it out yourself. You do not have to record like I did. You can even do it in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee if you wish. The idea is you basically play with only Pikachu or Eevee. You start with them, and you have to play for the entire game up to the Elite Four like I did while only using one Pokemon. But that's mainly in battles. You still have to catch them, obviously, because as you might have seen later in one of the episodes, we needed 50 Pokemon species just to get into one gym, but that's about it. That's the maximum we needed to complete the gym leader thing, and this will probably be altered slightly as well. Like, if you're playing in the Eevee version, this Pikachu will be an Eevee, and whatever your trainer is can change to a girl if you choose to pick a girl. But since I want this to become a permanent file, I decided to pick the boy because that's what most people remember Pokemon Yellow by, is that you only got to play as the boy. Or as many people like to call him now, Red. He's later becomes famous in Gen 2 when he's just a really hard opponent to defeat with. At one point in Heart Gold's Soul Silver, he can have a high Pokemon of level 99, the highest for any Pokemon boss in the entire game, so as you might have guessed. With all these new games, they've had to do a lot of nerfing, but it's all for the best. And yes, I am going to be doing our games. Let's just take a little bit of moments to enjoy this music. The classic theme at the end of the credits. We will show the late game, because obviously that probably... So we have another Pikachu cutscene. Pikachu's trying to bring flowers to me. And there we have the end. Another save. If we leave our area, we get a cutscene to start endgame, which we'll show before finishing Morning Kanto Champion. Get too comfortable with that title. I plan on stealing it from you soon. First note, did you hear the rumors? There's going to talk about some crazy strong looking Pokemon being spotted. That's probably Mewtwo, I'm guessing. Heard it looks super strong and super cool. Pokemon was seen near Saloon City. Yeah, it's probably Mewtwo. It ran away into a cave somewhere there. That's all I know. So I say we both try to catch this Pokemon. Whoever catches it first is the winner. So, the reason I don't want to show all of late game, because that part of the late game is... the world is expanded after becoming champion. And we can apparently fly with Hi, with now we have 3 different Pokemon to use instead of just Pikachu. Sorry to bug you while your world's expanding. Remember me? I'm Ronnie from Route 1. Successfully become champion, I got some news for you. The Master Trainers that have spent their whole career training one specific Pokemon, have appeared throughout Kanto. Saying challenging the Pikachu Master is a good place to start. To Viridian Forest if you want to face her. Actually, I'm the Pikachu Master. I just defeated every thing in the game with Pikachu. I think that's fine enough. If you want to know the details, talk to me. Again, I reinstated into the rules that when we were going for this, we would end as soon as we did the champion. Because doing all the late game stuff as well as just the normal gameplay would just take a long time, and it would, for the most part, not be worth it really at all. The funnest part for me is just becoming a champion alone is good enough, and with that, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. The finale's been completed, guys. Our challenge has been complete. If anybody wants to take on the challenge, please do. This is a really nice challenge that tests your skill. A little bit of RNG involved and a lot of skill, but once you get access to those X items, it's a breeze if you know the strategies. So anyways, leave a like if you enjoyed, comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you in the next series, guys. Bye.